those two little kids over there in the corner? What is that? Oh my God, they just went away.
Is that
They're twins.
Those are ghosts, Bill.
Creepy. It's got freezing in here.
It got really cold in here all of a sudden.
Wow. Let me borrow your jacket.
I didn't
All
bring
right, let's turn these mics on.
I didn't bring one.
Don't move. Oh, no. Jesus. You didn't bring a jacket? All right, let's get back on the show.
75 degrees outside.
Turn the mics on, man. I know. But
We're back in Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
It is our annual Halloween show. And I'm going to let the MC, Billy Gibbs, take charge. He has got more paper
I've
on
ever had.
the console than he's ever had. He looks just like what I do for my security blanket, where I put a bunch of papers out and I go, okay, we got it. We're good.
This piece just moved. Did you see that? It actually just moved.
Oh, look, that piece is on fire.
Oh, no, that's just, I drew that.
Oh.
All right, so here we go. This is just a quick fact. Golf is more dangerous than rugby and boxing. Just let y'all know that. You can take my word for it. It's a fact.
It is?
It's by the numbers. More injuries golf-related than rugby and boxing, obviously. So, but if you ask people what's the most dangerous part, or how do most people die on a golf course, almost everybody says lightning strikes. You hear that all the time.
Right.
So, how often do golfers get hit by lightning? Since there are 50 to 100 dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning strikes every second worldwide.
Every second?
Every second, Mike. Worldwide.
That's a lot.
It's tons. More than 400 people are struck by lightning in the U.S. every year. It's a miracle that golfers avoid being struck at all. Truth is, about 51 golf-related deaths per year on golf courses by lightning. 51 deaths per year. In the last couple years, that has declined into the 40s. So it is going down. Well, that's 3 less. It's 48 last 3 years. So a little less. Maybe people are taking either less storms or they're taking a little more shelter. Most commonly, the mistake made, and we're going to talk more about golf carts in a minute, but are you safe from lightning in a golf cart, Mike? Are you safe? It's grounded, got rubber tires. Are you safe?
Well, it depends. The frame's metal. Like the actual frame that holds up the top can be metal, so I would say no.
You're not, and that's what a lot of people think. I call this time to bolt because if lightning is flashing, get off the golf course immediately, even if you're in a golf cart. If you can get to a safe structure, do so. If a substantial building is unavailable, enclosed motor vehicles can provide shelter as long as the patrons do not touch the metal framework during the thunderstorm. Golf carts are not safe at all. So don't think they are if you're sitting there. So just get the heck out of there. Golf carts are not. And it is definitely not lightning that kills the most people. Did you know, Mike?
No, I don't.
You didn't know this? That more people die. A person dies every day. What is that? I told you I'm trying to find that stat. I mean, I got too many things
You
here.
got a lot of stuff going on there. That's kind of horrific. Looking at all those papers.
Yeah, it really is, man. Golf cart deaths are the most common by far, right? So without a doubt, golf carts are just brutal, and you've seen it, and we can either talk about what we personally have seen or not. But I wanted to tell you how many people, at least one person dies a day, every single day from a golf cart, right?
Every single day?
Yeah, something like that.
That's got to be.
Trying to find the exact fact.
I would imagine that has to be. When you think about golf carts, how they're used everywhere. They're not just used on golf courses. I mean, people use them in communities. They use them at sporting events, right? Things like that. It's got to be. It's got to be a multitude.
It's golf carts, not just on golf courses.
Yeah.
So falling and jumping from a golf cart is the most common cause of injury and death, especially after doing a sharp turn at high speeds. Most injuries were bruises other than soft tissues, mainly legs and feet, but injuries to the head and neck are common because of the little bar that's just to the side of you. So when you make a sharp turn, it flips your body sideways and over so you land on your head. So people that make a really sharp turn, it flips the passenger or the driver out, they flip over that bar and land on their heads.
You would think that, I don't know, I would think that they would make those little handles maybe a little bit taller on the sides of the seats of the carts. I mean, I know it's for the purposes for getting in and out easy.
Yeah, they're trying to do.
But if they made them a little bit higher, I don't know. Maybe there's.
It also brings attention to the fact that you guys are lucky to be alive after that amazing golf cart jump you did many years ago.
The Vegas jump.
Yeah,
that was all Billy, man.
Well, I could have done it without you, buddy.
My heart went in my mouth. It was so scary.
Yeah, you were up there, man.
I found the stat. I was up there. The U-turn midair was something that we had to work with rudders and everything. That was tough.
the
Here,
wind
I
speed
found the
had to be
stat I was
good.
looking for, and
But you could have died.
this is called cart them away. All right. This
Okay.
So
Cart them
somebody
away.
dies every week in this country from falling out of a golf cart, not every day, every week. Most often involves that left turn like we talked about. Children are more likely to fall out because they're unable to brace their feet on the floorboard. So you can kind of, people who have good cores and stronger legs they know the turn's coming, they can brace. Little kids can't even reach the floorboard, out they go.
I have
no
something-
joke with kids and golf carts.
I have
people.
something right now that I'll throw in that'll actually add to the story. I saw something last week that I have never seen in my life. There were some people in their neighborhood that have a cart. They don't bring it onto the golf course. The dad put the kids in the back of the cart where the bags go, and guess what he did with the straps?
He strapped them in? Or
Yep,
So they were the bags.
they were the bags.
Oh, my God.
There was a national story a few weeks back about a kid that died falling out of a golf
Yep.
cart.
Yeah.
You remember seeing that?
I do, and I have it here.
And they
some of
didn't-
these are hard to read
he
because these are
didn't run-
true
yeah.
stories about kids getting killed all
He
the time.
didn't run the straps through their belt loops. He just cinched it like there was a bag, and a bag is so much wider than a kid.
So
they're in there and they're top heavy because they're standing up.
Oh my God.
And I saw him driving by, and I felt obligated. I yelled over and I said, "Hey, you better look at the bottom of your cart and what it says." And he goes, "What's it say?" I said, "Look at it." He says, "It says no standing, no step." I said, "You know why it says that, don't you?" No.
You know,
And it blew my
it's
mind.
amazing how you have to police that at your course. But I live.
This is on the
I live
street
on
by
a,
the golf
yeah, I
course.
live on a community with a golf course, and you have your houses all around your course. I see kids zip by all the time, and it just makes me cringe. You know, grandpa or pa is letting them drive their cart. They're 10 or 12, and they're just zinging down. Kids hanging off the side. A joyride around the block. Williams. I won't mention names. Who was behind the wheel, took a sharp turn in Sheffield Road. His wife, 27, fell out of the cart and hit her head and died instantly.
Oh, my God.
Gabrielle, this 6-year-old, died when she fell from a golf cart. Her sister was driving. Her father, I can't mention names, started an online position in Florida. This was in Florida not too long ago, and to require helmets and seatbelts on golf carts, especially for kids. They really can't. I don't know if you can enforce it at your golf course or not, but they're trying a legislation. Whether it passes, I don't know. They're very serious, you know, and most media calls them freak accidents, and it says right here, but they are not freak accidents. They are avoidable accidents.
They're irresponsible.
They're irresponsible.
It's being irresponsible, especially as adults. I'm just like you. I'm blown away by how many parents just think that it's like, oh, you know what? We got done with our round. We're in the parking lot. Hey, Junior, hop in the cart, take it back.
Yeah.
You know, and we're not talking kids of age when I say junior. We're talking like 12, 10. You know,
And to them, it's a utopia, man. It's a little cart. They want to go for a ride. I was at Morro Bay Golf Course Thursday, and I drove the cart down to the little short game area.
Right.
And I had my 20 kids, and the coaches are walking down, and they'll start running or chasing the car. Come on, give me a ride, give me a ride. They just,
all the
and I'm
time.
just trying to explain, guys, this isn't safe, and it's against my I can't do it. I got to keep you safe. My code of conduct is your safety is number one. I'm not going to put you on a golf cart. It's not being punished. It's just something we can't do. So I had to have the whole talk and explain how, because to them, it's fun. They don't know. So they're trusting whoever's good driving, but it's so easy to fly out of one of those things.
Oh,
And
my
most people treat them like they're toy
Yeah.
cars, like it's the little cars you buy that little
Yep.
kids drive, and don't even consider the consequences.
No.
Yeah.
I can remember, and this is talking about treating them like toys, like Hop said. I can remember the first golf course I worked at. We used to water ski or grass ski, hanging off the back of a golf cart with a rope. And when I think about that,
I've done that.
Stupid.
I should jump golf carts, man.
We used to do that. Oh, yeah, it's
Okay,
so
Mike
stupid.
Brabenak,
Yes.
explain to me how you grass surf on the back of it.
Okay, so
Run that by me.
there has to be moisture in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
air.
it's gotta be the
doesn't-
morning dew,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it's the morning dew or the evening dew.
Yeah.
And
Done that.
we would take like the yellow rope they would use to rope off areas of the golf course, and you tie a double knot onto the back of the bag strap, and then the guy gets in the cart and you hold on, and you're in your bare feet or your socks, and off he goes, and you're skiing. It's like water skiing, but you're on grass. But it's so stupid when I think about
In
it.
your bare feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got. You
God
just
help
gotta
you if you hit a small rock, man.
Well, God help you did anything, because you're gonna go flying. You're gonna break a leg, break a shoulder.
We weren't thinking about that.
And then if the guy stops in the cart, and you're skiing behind him, you
Called
could go
momentum.
You
Yeah.
momentum wise, you can go right into the cart, and those are the bag straps.
Into
so you
the
can-
also into the trees and the,
Yeah.
and the barbed wire fence.
So would they cut the cart hard to one side so you would do that big swing
Yeah,
out like
Well, yeah.
so-
Yeah.
That's the
you
other
pick
thing,
up
'cause
speed. It's just like water skiing. I've done it once.
Yeah, you get whiplash. You got to be careful. You can rip your arm out of the socket.
We had this golf cart that somebody donated the golf carts. This is back when I was in my early 20s, I think. And it was a gas cart, and we souped that thing up to fly pretty good, right? It
Oh,
was
that's scary.
So
Yeah.
we built a ramp to try to jump another golf cart. One of the dead
Oh no!
we were gonna
Dukes of Hazzard?
We were gonna jump the cart with a cart.
You were Dukes of Hazzard.
We
then,
landed
man.
smack on top of that cart, destroyed it was a it never got more than a foot or two, and we hit that ramp pretty fast. They're heavy, I guess.
Was it a gas?
Crunch! The gas car. I was driving the gas car. There's two of
Oh
us in
my
it.
god!
Yeah.
And was the engine and it had to be in the middle to the back?
It was in the back. Yeah.
So the way
under
that
if you're gonna make a jump,
I was-
the having a passenger is so much better for the aerodynamics.
Well, that's what
of
I
it.
said. Plus, I didn't want to die alone. So it's me and the other.
Yeah, an extra couple
the
hundred
range
pounds of
kid.
weight couldn't help
The
that at
range
all.
kid, I was the assistant pro, but it was our golf cart. It was given to us. It's not like we broke the golf course's cart, and it was one of the shells of another
Yeah.
cart, one of those, in the
Yeah.
graveyard area of golf carts. So we set that pup up, built a ramp,
That's
went flying down.
insane when you think about it.
Crunch. It was kind of anticlimactic because we landed right on top of the cart and just kind of
So
tipped over.
I'll mesh in that jump because I have a jump as well that I did not know was coming. I've told this story before when I was up at Shoreline. Shoreline had a lot of maintenance roads around it because it was a garbage dump and they built a golf course on top of it. So there's methane pipes coming out of the ground, right? So they had piles and piles of like this river rock and pea gravel.
Okay, yeah.
And they'd have the maintenance roads were just like roads created because the carts drove there over and over and over, right? It's like country roads.
Country roads
So-
catching some air.
I'm
huh?
with my friend Jeff, and he goes, "Hey, I got to show you something. Hop in." I'm like, "All right." So I have no idea what he's doing, and we're driving. Like, "Are we going to get there? Where are we going?" He's like, "Hang on, we're going. Hang on." Well, these are the old golf carts that you would pull the canopy up. And the seats were affixed to the canopy, and that was the gas engine underneath, right?
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah.
They have the metal hubcaps, like the smooth metal hubcaps. So we're going along this fence, and I'm thinking, this is nowhere near on the golf course. And I go, Jeff, where are we going? He's like, hang on, we're getting there. So then I realize where we are, and when I realize we're at the peak of the hill,
Oh,
so this hill drops probably, 20 feet.
got to get some speed.
Got to get some speed. So we get to the crest of the hill and we start going down and we are flying. And I look ahead of us and there's a pile of like pea gravel that's probably about 3 feet. And someone has angled that pile of pea gravel to launch off it.
Good thing they're on YouTube back then, huh?
Yeah.
buddy?
So we hit, and I'm like, we're going to die. And we hit the.
Catch some good air.
We hit the pile of pea gravel. The cart goes up. Okay, here's the part.
Center.
This is the scary part.
Rear end up.
That
down.
canopy, the canopy is not locked down.
Oh, you guys flipped.
So the cart goes up, and the canopy starts coming off, going forward.
Oh, that's right. It goes forward. So you guys are going end over head. You're going,
Yeah, and I remember we're standing up in the cart
Trying to
in midair, and I'm using my butt to push the canopy back down so we don't flip forward. Because if we flip forward, we're dead. I mean, the cart's going to land on me, and there's asphalt.
And he didn't tell you what was coming.
No.
This is
And
nice
so
guy.
we get up in the middle. We're kind of pushing it down, and all of a sudden the cart starts listing forward to the left, and it's nose down,
Listing.
and it
Got a crab angle there.
it hits the asphalt.
Oh, not good.
All right, the front left end hits the asphalt and at an angle, and the cart's at like a 45-degry angle. It
cartwheeled.
hits, and the hubcaps. I remember hearing the hubcaps pop off. And they go, like, and they're rolling down. And,
That's the last thing you remember until you're in
and
the
the
hospital.
cart stuck, like, I don't know how it did. It stuck at like an angle, and I thought, oh my God, we're going to flip forward. And it sat there for what felt like 5 seconds. and then it popped back down,
you
and we
just-
sat straight
You
back
just
down,
crunched, landed, crunched.
and we destroyed the front
Oh, yeah.
left corner of the golf cart.
So do we condone this behavior?
No,
No, we do not, people.
and
I'm amazed you're both still alive.
Yeah, well, believe me, that one I thought I was going to die.
But yours was harder. Ours just landed on top of the cart. It was almost like a cushion.
So
That
you
was
know-
it. We sat there
you
kind
know-
of unamused, going, "That wasn't that much
My
fun."
reaction, I was pissed.
Oh yeah, because he could have killed you.
And Jeff's reaction, he's laughing.
Yeah.
He's almost laughing so hard he's crying. I was so mad at him. I was so mad. And we were roommates. You know, this is like when we're just fresh out of high school. I'm like, dude, I hate you.
We used to get the carts out
hate
at
you.
night when I worked at the golf course, and we'd have races. You had to stay in a cart path was the deal. You could
Yeah.
only pass somebody, but you off the cart path the only time you could, unless you're passing. And it was looping around for the top 6 holes. There's
Yeah.
the 3 lower holes it didn't go down to, but the top 6 holes had a cart path the whole way.
Oh, wow.
So it was like off road.
So it's like golf cart races.
It was golf cart races.
Yeah, like at
so we
miniature
knew
golf.
we'd got to go in a day. We'd soup them up. We'd hit the governors and things, man.
Oh.
So it'd be 3 or 4 of us. We'd get our carts out and we'd all start at this. And the first one, you have to move your way to the cart path. So it was a race to the cart path. it was hilarious. 3 laps. Man, it was fun. It was dark. That's what it was. We did it at
nuts.
night. It was pretty fun. And everyone ever got really hurt.
But
A
if they-
couple
if
girlfriends
they-
flew out.
Oh, God. But if they flipped,
Yeah. We got up on, you'd get them up on the ends. You know,
I think the
you'd get them off the
scariest-
wheels. The wheels would definitely come up on the turns.
yeah, the scariest thing about golf carts that people, I think, don't understand is when they take slopes. Because, you know, golf courses have slopes.
And they
don't understand the center of,
You hit-
of
they hit
the
the-
inertia
yeah.
and the way it moves, and
How many
all you-
spin outs you see on YouTube? I
and
mean,
all
it
you
hits
got
the
to
brakes
do,
and
yeah,
zip,
you hit a
zips in.
slope, and if you're going too fast, it rolls, and then the cart, if it rolls on you, you're done. You're crushed, man. It's like I don't know how many of those. We should look. I don't know how much a cart weighs.
A lot, because those batteries alone, man.
We know it's at least
It's
600
12
pounds.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Enough to kill a human being.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, this I'll do my midnight car ride, and we'll call it because
Okay.
it ties us in.
Yeah.
You've heard the story a lot of times, but I'll try to tell it. At the same golf course I was talking about back east, we parked the carts underneath next to the clubhouse underneath an awning.
900 to 1,000 pounds.
Is that what they weigh?
Yeah.
I'll kill you in an instant. So we had bands at the concerts at night, and so the carts were right there under the awning, and somebody had figured out a way to hotwire, or we left a key in or something. No one knows. But we heard somebody saying, "There's a guy out there driving around in a golf cart." It was like midnight at this concert night, right? I've told you the story a million times.
Sorry.
So we're trying to go out to get him off the course because he's out there. Yeehaw! He's had a bunch of drinks.
Hop, you got a falling app,
So
a falling sound.
this is it was the 7th fairway, which there's a really huge mountain that goes steep hill that goes down to the lake, which is on the 5th hole. So right, the 6th par 3, 7th comes this.
And
so
it's dark.
It is pitch black,
Pitch
dark. And so he's driving, and you can hear him screaming and yelling, having fun, and he's yeehawing the whole thing.
But you guys can't see him.
We can't see him. We knew we can hear him. We were running towards him, saying, "You got to stop! You got to stop!" So all of a sudden, he started going down the hill. That it's got to be 200 or 300 feet straight down. I mean, it was a steep hill. You couldn't control your cart if you were going down it. So his screams, his fun screams, turned into horror screams, right? And you can tell that. And then you hear this loudest crash. It was like a semi truck slamming into
Do
a.
you think he jumped out?
It was awful because he got. Remember, we couldn't find him at first. We went and found the wreckage. It looked just like an airplane crash because he hit the rocks which were around the lake. There's these big boulders we put around the pond, and he must have hit him going fast. So you heard this crash. There was pieces of golf cart everywhere. It was a strewn debris field, and then he got quiet, man. It was scream, boom, and then nothing. So we assumed he's dead. I mean,
Did you have to call it the NSTD?
oh, we did. We called it. There was a couple of cops that were at the party.
The NTSB came out?
Not cops. The ambulance people were there. They're always at the night of the parties, right? They're right there. The volunteer fire department. Yes. So they got their trucks and took the lights on and went down to the debris field. They went in their truck and everybody got flashlights.
How long was the debris field?
It's huge. I'm telling you, this is a bad
Like
accident.
what, 100 yards?
Oh, I don't
50,
know.
20
20,
yards?
30 yards. But it was a cart that hit straight on rocks, and he didn't know there was coming.
So if you're in a car,
We never found him, so he didn't
never
sink
found
to the
him?
bottom. So he must have swam out or something if he lived and ran, because we thought the next day we'd find him at the pond. but they just that night we looked at the debris field and they had flashlights and yelling for him, and when he would never surfaced.
Was the slope going
Straight down.
Was it grass?
Yes.
I bet he bailed out when he
Grab
realized.
it was so he stopped screaming quickly, so you might have, because you heard the scream, oh my god, and then the crash. He might have bailed out. That's the best explanation, because if he hit oh my god, that's exactly right. And it was awful. It was nothing left of the cart. I mean, it was like a plane crash, man. It was awful. So
Did
that was
Wheels-
1979. It was wheels were popped. Wheels were loosened off the cart.
That's what I was going to ask
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Are the wheels like
Off
off
the
by
cart.
themselves?
Yeah.
Dude, that's some serious.
It was a
there's-
serious. So
he had to jump
He did.
out.
Yeah.
He had to
Because
jump
they
out.
first thing in the morning we went back to look. I wasn't there, but they said they went back to look for the body. Because that night they shed flashlights and they were screaming and stuff like that. Because if he hit it, he was hurt. So he must have bailed out. And there was plenty of time to bail out. So, anyways, not fun to joyride golf carts if you don't know where you're going. So, golf carts, do not mess around with them. Do not turn sharply. That's when the most injuries happen, and there are more deaths golf cart related than any other thing. And it doesn't just mean golf courses, Mike. You're absolutely right. A lot of events have golf carts running around, and estates and properties and streets and homeowners. But so the ERs see more people from golf carts than they do. And we'll get back to, we got golf shafts and balls coming up. But I'm telling you, golf carts are nothing to mess around with. So when you're at your golf course, you're signing that liability. You guys have them sign those sheets still?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man, there's
big time. And
big
we have
time,
to
man.
remind people all the time that, because kids will go out as spectators and or players, and we have to remind people all the time, like, hey, don't leave your kid in the cart.
Hey,
Right.
Lama!
Don't leave your kid in the cart, even if they're playing. Maybe turn the key to off. There's lots of little things.
I always do that with our first tee,
or
right?
Take the key out.
Always.
Always. I mean, there's just little things, and it just, people think, oh, it's such a pain. I can't believe you guys are da da da. But when you hear us talking about these stories,
Yeah.
the alternative to that, it's not worth it.
And
It's worth taking a little extra.
And you and I have seen some stuff. You saw, so I don't know if you're going to share or not in a few minutes, but we saw even the bar cart person that had the whole bar and the drinks. You guys see him, the bar cart guys around.
Right.
We saw one at the golf course we worked at. They tried to make too sharp of a turn.
Yeah.
And it flipped over sideways, and it was a debris field, and there was bottles. And fortunately, not too bad of injuries, but it's just too sharp a turn, top heavy, inexperienced, and so it can happen quickly. And I was talking about Darren, who's going to call at the top of the hour. His Tate was only about 4, his littlest boy, and he's out watching us at the golf course. And he was sitting, pretend driving. His little feet can barely hang off the seat, but he's holding the steering wheel, and he slipped and he hit the gas pedal.
Oh no.
So the cart lunges forward, of course, because he hit the pedal. For a good thing, his foot fell off the pedal, so it just went about 10 yards. But there was nobody in its track. It could have been horrific, right? It could have been kids in front of that. So we heard the thump and the lunge and the scream. And so ever since then, I've got keys, man, I take keys out of the carts anytime.
Oh, heck
And he
yeah.
just scared him. He couldn't see. He just slipped off the seat and landed on the pedal. It could be something that quick can happen. So you got to, if you're with kids and carts, man, be careful.
Very. With that,
So-
we're going to take our second break. It's Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by Sundale Country Club. Go online for tee times, SundaleCountryClub.com, or call them 661-831-5224. We'll be right back. It's the Halloween show. Stay with us.
Fast